Coming up on Yaws on Sports, the NFL playoff matchups are set. Who is squaring off during Super Wild Card weekend? Which team should be the most feared? And who do I have advancing into the divisional playoff? Plus, 6 matchups are on the docket, but which one catches my eye the most? And in today's final word, I tell you between Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, who is under the most scrutiny to deliver their city a Lombardi trophy. It's episode number 1 of Yaws on Sports. Roll the tape. Hello and welcome to the first episode of Yaws on Sports. I'm your host, Bonsu. There's a lot to talk about in the world of sports, so let's not waste any time. We begin on the gridiron where the NFL playoff matchups are set. The Packers and Titans secure home field advantage in their conferences, but as for this weekend, that is where we are going to have just a little fun. You see it on your screen there. In the NFC, the Bucs, Cowboys, Rams have home games as divisional winners. Tampa Bay faces Philly, Dallas faces San Francisco, and LA versus Arizona in a divisional showdown. And on the AFC side, after a whirlwind Sunday night football game, the Raiders travel to the jungle to take on the Bengals, Pats Bills 3 on Saturday, and Kansas City faces the Pittsburgh Steelers. Up and down the slate, these playoff matchups are amazing, but if there's one thing that catches my eye, it has to be San Francisco traveling to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. San Francisco has been battle-tested all year long. There were obviously discussions over whether or not Jimmy Garoppolo would even start, but look at the team now. The Niners are the scariest team in the NFC. The play calling by head coach Kyle Shanahan down the stretch proved to me that when the lights are bright, the Niners have a shot at upsetting any team in the NFC. But let's say Dallas establishes the run early with Zeke, and that leads to the pass offense coming alive. Either way, San Francisco has proven that they can play from behind anyways. And I think that is what is so special about this 49ers team. You kind of peel off different aspects before you get to Jimmy G. You talk about a defense led by Nick Bosa. You talk about Deebo Samuel, who you literally don't know how he's going to beat you, considering he's the only receiver in history with 8 rushing touchdowns. So if the question here is what playoff matchup catches my eye, it is without question the 49ers-Cowboys matchup. And that is because at this very moment, the 49ers are the scariest team in the National Football League. Let's go rapid fire here. My NFC Wild Card predictions. First up, Rams versus Cardinals. This is a pick'em game, but give me the Rams. Both teams come into this one without a solid run game, but I think Matthew Stafford is the X factor in this matchup. Stafford has 8 turnovers in his previous 4 games. That's unacceptable if you're LA, but the last time he had 0 turnovers was versus Arizona. So give me a big Matthew Stafford day and the Rams W. Next up, 49ers and Cowboys. Dak hasn't been playing as well as I would like. Week 18 versus the Walmart Eagles didn't show much. San Francisco ranks in the top 10 in both rush offense and defense. I think Deebo Samuel has a huge day, and Jimmy G won't have to do much. 49ers are catching their stride. Dallas's last competitive game was versus Arizona, and Dak did not have a great outing. San Francisco has all the tools for an upset, and they will get it done. If this game comes down to the 2-minute drill, give me Jimmy G over Dak. Finally, the pass-heavy Bucs versus the rush-heavy Eagles. This game is Tampa Bay all day. I think the only area where Tampa Bay falls flat is rushing offense, but even then, Leonard Fournette may be back, so give me the Bucs in convincing fashion. Those are my wild card picks. In my divisional round is the Packers versus the 49ers, the Rams versus the Bucs, and we'll see if it holds on next week. It's time for Yaws' Top 5. Today, we have the top 5 teams in the NFL heading into the playoffs. At number 5, give me the Cincinnati Bengals. I had a hard time debating the Bengals and Niners, but the Bengals have been better as of late, and no one, and I mean no one, expected the Bengals to be as good as they are. But considering how elite that young core is playing, I would not doubt the Bengals making their way to the AFC Championship. Joe Burrow is a top 5 quarterback heading into this weekend. Jamar Chase is averaging 139 yards over his last 3 games, and that includes him resting most of Week 18. So, long story short, Cincinnati, at least in the AFC, I know we talked about the Niners, but Cincinnati is not a team you want to see in the AFC. Number 4, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know Chris Godwin is out, but Leonard Fournette should be good to go in this one. This team still has the one player that everyone else does not. Tom Brady. And look, if Mike Evans is going to be the undoubtedly wide receiver 1 for this team, then it's his postseason for the taking. And believe me, Tom Brady will make that magic happen again. And although the Bucs haven't had the best team or haven't been the best team in the league all season, I do have Tampa Bay beating Green Bay to make it to the Super Bowl. It helps they have the easiest opponent across every wild card team and the Philadelphia Eagles. Give me number 3, the Tennessee Titans. And believe me when I say I do not know what to expect from the Titans in January. I don't. But what I will say is the Titans securing home field advantage without the identity of their squad is something special. If King Henry comes back and reclaims this throne, which I expect him to, I would have a hard time believing the Titans can't make it out the AFC. But I do believe that, and that is because of number 2 on this list, the Kansas City Chiefs. We've heard Kansas City is broken, that Patrick Mahomes is not himself, yet KC is the number 2 seed in the AFC. And look, I will never bet against Kansas City. And there is a legit chance that Mahomes won't have to play on the road. And I guess that just depends on how great Derrick Henry and the Titans could be to carry on that home field advantage. But at number 1, the most consistently great team in the NFL this season, the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers is going to be the MVP. That's undoubtable. Right? Devontae Adams is the number 1 wide receiver in the NFL. Jair Alexander returns to a defense that is playing its best football in over a decade. The stars are aligned for a Green Bay Super Bowl run. Do I think they do it? No, absolutely not. But there is no denying the Packers, right now at least, are the best team in the NFL. But it's been a crazy season. Who knows what will happen? But that is Yaws' top 5. And for this week, Yaws' top 5 NFL teams heading into the NFL playoffs. It's time for today's final word. In recent years, 2 quarterbacks have cemented themselves as 2 of the best, if not the best, in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. And while Green Bay has had the week off, or has the week off, clinching home field advantage in the NFC, Kansas City has to play in the wild card round, which is something unheard of in the Patrick Mahomes era. But with both quarterbacks looking to win their 2nd Super Bowl title, the question looms: which QB is under the most pressure heading into the playoffs? But to me, the answer is simple: Aaron Rodgers. The story of the offseason was not Julio Jones to the Titans, large contract extensions, or notable free agent pickups. It was Aaron Rodgers, and whether or not he'd play in Lambeau again, or whether or not he would even play in a Green Bay uniform again. But 17 games later, A-Rod led the Packers to the top of the conference once again. 3 straight 13-3 seasons. But to what avail? There's no quarterback, no player under more pressure this year than Aaron Rodgers, at least to me. A 3rd straight 13-3 season. Your all-pro offensive lineman is back, David Bakhtiari. You have one of the best running back duos in the NFL, and not to mention the unequivocally number 1 wideout in the National Football League in Devontae Adams. So tell me, what will be the excuse this time? Even with the broken toe, Aaron Rodgers is likely the back-to-back MVP. The defense is playing its best football since 2010. But even with all of that, can Green Bay get it done? Listen, the Packers have been the most consistently great team in the National Football League. I just said it before, from start to finish. But haven't they been getting the ball out quicker and giving up more rushing yards than we're used to seeing recently? Yes, they have been. But if this year is not the year, A-Rod needs to pack it up, because it will never be the year. And with that, that'll do it for the first episode of Yaw on Sports. Follow me on all social media platforms at Yaw on Sports, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, whatever you use these days. I don't know, MySpace, LinkedIn, whatever it is. But whatever you use, enjoy the games, everybody, and I'll see you next week.